My name is Anika. I'm a senior at Nepal High School. I dance, and when I go to college I plan to continue that. I also hopefully will become an occupational therapist. I'm not sure if that's what I want to do yet, but it seems pretty fitting because I would love to work with children and help people with disabilities, etc. Well, I think the My Gold Foundation is pretty well known in the New Paltz area now, and even when it first started, I had a lot of friends that joined the Youth Action Board, and they would tell me about the trip, and they went on the trip, and so I knew about it through them, and I thought it was a really great opportunity and experience, and I thought it would be so special to go with people that I knew. And even people that I didn't know, people that I could share like this completely new thing, like traveling across the world. I've never really traveled that far, definitely. I went to Panama once, and that was the first time I went on a plane. So I think it's such a great thing. Well, I think especially with the trip with the My Gold Foundation, especially, I think it's really amazing to be going with a group that is so aware of how you could go about this trip, maybe not in the best way regarding cultural appropriation, and I think the My Gold Foundation is really thoughtful about how to respect another culture and to be there with them and not try to take it as your own or flaunt your own culture. So I think that's really amazing, and knowing that makes me really excited to just feel kind of free when I'm there and to be able to be productive. I think we're doing so many amazing things that I didn't even know we would be getting into when I first applied. And the things keep piling on, the mural and the donations, and it's really all amazing to be doing so much in one trip. It really is a journey because there's so many different aspects. I'm really grateful that Matt, Elise, and whoever else has been part of organizing this trip has thought of all these really awesome things to do. So, as well, also in preparation for going on this trip, I read a book called Sold. I thought it was really interesting in the way that it was written. It was very poetic, and each page felt like its own story, but it was about this girl named Lakshmi, and she was from a very remote village in Nepal, and she was sold into sexual slavery, and she was completely unaware of what happened at first. She was lied to and lied again, and with each lie she kind of caught on to what was happening to her, and it was definitely a very intense book to read, but I think that was kind of the point of it, and I think the part that really struck me was that she really had no idea what harm was being done to her until it was really done to her, and just because she was so secluded in the beginning of the book and in her lifestyle, and also another really special thing about going to Nepal, I think, is that we're making connections with people that we would never ever encounter in our society. Even anywhere in America, I have never really heard of people that are so isolated and rural, and that's also such a special aspect, and there's so much else that comes with that, so much content and joy that Lakshmi had experienced, and she was just so bombarded with all these evils, and she just didn't realize it, I guess, and I think that also just reading that book has really made me realize how important our work is, and the people that we're HCC that we're working with, and just so many organizations that are really trying to like help people that are in these situations, and it's happening way too often, so much that like no one knows about because it's so under the radar. I don't have just one thing I would like to take away from this experience necessarily. I think it's going to be a very wholesome trip, so there's going to be so many aspects that I'll take with me, but if I had to say one thing, I guess I would say connections with, like I know I'll have connections with people I meet in Nepal and the group that I go with, because I don't know really everyone in my group. I've seen them around school, but I never thought that I would like be across the world for 2 weeks with them, and with people in Nepal. And I know we'll be spending a lot of time with teens there, and I have friends, like Amelia tells me all the time that she's messaging people that she saw last year, and I am so thrilled to hopefully have that connection too.